Right, so it is now Wednesday, April 18th at 6:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tax season is now gone. Uh, except for all you extension people. Okay, fine. But tax season is now more or less officially gone. And having done my taxes myself for this Uber business, and we'll get to this in a second, it got me thinking about a lot of stuff, of which I have written some bullet points that I'm going to fill in. Uh, just fill in on the fly, flesh out, I guess. But there, I mean, you see the title of this, and I must say, and at the end of it, I want you all, one and all passers-by to this channel, to this video, to tell me what your ultimate thought of it is, because I'm trying to weigh it out, and I can't quite see. I mean, I guess ultimately it's going to be decided for me at some point, based off one of the points that I'm going to have here. But I can't quite figure out which is better. Which is better. Okay. So, Uber, obviously. You see the video, you see the intro, quote unquote intro that I've made. That's what I do. And supposedly it is like a business. Supposedly is a business. Your own business. You're a business owner. I take that business owner the same way, well, probably with a heavier grain of salt, as say when a multi-level marketing thing says you're a business owner, an independent business owner. Okay. Uh, I don't get deluded. I don't get deluded by that whole business owner thing. But it kind of is, to a certain extent. And not meaning to ramble on, but I have a few points here, and of course I want your thoughts, you viewer thoughts at the end of it. So the pluses and minuses, the joys and sorrows, the sex and blue balls, I guess, of business. We'll start with the blue balls first. Okay, so first of all, this thing's annoying. Uber is annoying. To go out there and grind it out, just grind it out. It's fucking annoying. I mean, we have the standard issue complaints. Oh, the wear and tear on the car and this and that, and the bitch ass riders. Fine. It's annoying. It's draining as fuck. And the only reason why I'm so I suppose I should. Well, I'll do it later. It's draining as all fuck. It's really. It wears on you, especially in DC with that traffic, plus all of the fucking pedestrians thinking that they're fucking Superman or Super Bitch, and if I hit them, that the car's gonna wrap around them, but they're gonna be fine. Plus the bikers. I actually don't deal with the drunk people anymore. Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, more or less Sunday night, Monday morning, I don't deal with them anymore. I've actually so engineered it that I'm actually able to make more money the way I do it now than, although it's longer, more money than dealing with them. So shouldn't have to risk anybody throwing up. Shouldn't have to risk that one lesbian girl's girlfriend. She went and peed in my car. That was fun. Don't have to risk any of that shit anymore. So that's that. But it is annoying. It's annoying. It's tiring. It's draining, and it's like, ugh, fuck. You just think about stuff. You just think about life. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Next one. Ultimately ends. I mean, ultimately ends. My car is a 2012 car. I think the car has to be 10 years old to do Uber. So comes 2022, something needs to happen with me, because I'm not about to go get a brand new car. I'm probably not about to get a brand new used car. Although again, and I'll get to this later, because I now know how to fix cars. When I say fix cars, like I'm doing engine and transmission and shit, but maintenance on cars. Thank you, Chris Fix. You know, Eric the Car Guy, Scotty Kilmer. Always gotta. Anytime I talk about, oh, I know how to fix cars, I didn't just learn this on my own. I they essentially taught me. So they get the credit that is due to them. I owe them a steak and beer dinner, especially Chris Fix. Anyway. But it ultimately ends. It ultimately ends. And if it doesn't end by then, it might end sooner if they finally work out the bugs of this self-driving car business where people aren't dying, you know. It's going to end at that point. So, yes, that's the next drawback to this. No real control. I don't really control this shit. If I did, there wouldn't be a single price drop. You know, the price would still be $1 something per mile and whatever the hell, 25 cents per minute, whatever they started with when they first started. You don't really control stuff. 50% of it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You're not. Oh my God, your own business owner. No. You're not the founder and CEO, and you have final say. So let's not sense of ownership. No. To thine own self be true. Not playing dumb with this. I mean, hell. Just today, when I went down there to DC to go fight, they're telling me that my picture, which is actually, let me show you all what that picture is. That picture, which is this picture, this picture here, if you all can see it, that's the picture that I've had on my profile for like about a year now, and all of a sudden today they go and tell me, oh, it's not, it violates their security, whatever the hell, and it's not approved, whatever the hell. So they had me take a picture. Like, I don't own this shit. That would never have happened if I truly owned this. Okay, so let's not play dumb with that. So there's that. A lot of other stuff would change. There would be no such thing as express pool. I could do a whole other video about that. So yeah, no real control over this crap. Can end quickly. They can deactivate my shit, and then what? Just simple as it can end quickly. For whatever reason, if they have a reason at all, if some customer wants to be a bitch and go and claim whatever. This is also, again, why I strongly suggest, especially male Uber drivers, hetero male Uber drivers, get cameras in your car. Preferably one that records from 2 different angles, right? So there's that. Also probably one facing like a dash cam, just in case people in front of you. Can end quickly. And probably the biggest thing is that, and this is where this video kind of started and why I'm having such a struggle with this, can't go back. I have been doing Uber for 2-something years now, and I gotta tell you, like, first of all, I made it work for me because there was nothing else, and it's like, yo, either this or I'm on the street homeless, starving. So that kind of gives you the drive, the motivation, gusto, whatever the hell you want to call it, the impetus to make this shit work, whether it wants to or not. Like force this shit. Okay. You know, at the risk of sounding like, oh my God, you're forcing it. Like, bitch, you're doing this whether you want to or not. Yeah, and can't go back to a boss, can't go back to fighting rush hour. Actually, I do fight rush hour traffic, but I'm getting paid and mad paid for it. You know, because it comes rush hour time, there's usually a 2.5 to 3.5 surge somewhere in DC, in like the center of DC, depending. So there's that. But you can't go back to a boss. Like, after almost 2 years now of not having a job, of not having to deal with a boss, deal with their mouth, deal with HR, deal with the fucking, what is it, co-workers, having to deal with women, gay or straight, can say whatever the fuck you know, and then I got to deal with HR, and they're gonna assume she's, at least they better assume that she's telling the truth and that you did something wrong, unless they want some women's organization to be like, oh my God, you're against women. You dare to question her? She accused that nigga of this, and that's all. You know? After almost 2 years now, November 30th of this year will make 2 solid years since I've been not an employee. Although, depending on who you ask, you're an employee of Uber, but not an employee. To have to then go back to a fucking job, rush hour, boss, co-workers, fucking... it gets harder and harder. And again, I've been on interviews between when I lost my job before and now today, and I got it was so painful. It was so painful to just sit there, and I'm just like, look, you see my resume. Do I have the fucking job or not? Like, what the fuck is all these questions? Don't worry about my fucking past. Like, don't worry about what the fuck I was doing there. Here is what I know. Here's what I can do. It's a simple yes or no. You know, it's like, you get to the point where it's like, look, it's a yes or no, like, because I got other shit to do. I can go eat, sleep, fuck, jack off, you know, take a shit, take a piss. Like, I got other shit I'd rather be doing than sitting here with this, you know, even though I'm being interviewed for you, for your company, your job, or whatever the hell. You just don't want to deal with that shit. That shit gets really... It's going to be hard, if not impossible, to go back to that shit. And then, of course, I should have had another one. Can you put Uber on your resume? Well, considering all of what I do for Uber, to make this Uber shit work, from not only maintenance on my cars and the knowledge that I had to quickly acquire and apply and get it right the first time, to essentially accounting. I just did my own fucking taxes. And this wasn't some simple W2 type it in and that was all. You know, this shit was quite involved. Like, fucking hell. I actually made another video about my taxes, that I was going to upload, but I decided not to. But, what is it? Oh, shit. Look at this. Look at this. Taxes. This is taxes. Right? Like, what is this? To have to sit here and add all this shit up? Fucking just meticulous records everywhere. Just records of all bills and expenses and all that shit. My girl's thing as well. Shit is crazy. So from that to the accounting to simply running a fucking business, right? Making the place, making the storefront look presentable. The equivalent of that would be the fucking washes that I get every single day. Just all aspects of running a business, I essentially just had to figure out and do. It was all really just fucking basic sense here. I had to do. You're damn right I'm going to put that on my fucking resume. Like, what the hell? No, it was not, at least with me. I don't know about anybody else, but with me. It's not just an Uber driver, just fucking fake me out Statham transporter. No. There's a lot of other engineering and cursing and swearing and throwing of shit that went into this whole fucking enterprise. So there's that. But yeah, again, this is what tells me that, like, either by the time they get these self-driving cars thing to work, or by 2012, 2022, I need to figure something out, because I cannot go back to a fucking employment and then the other thing is that, like, as you go up in the employment, when the money starts getting more and more, you start getting more and more fucking stress, and people look back and it's like, was it really worth it? Like, yeah, okay, I'm bringing in all this money, but I don't get to do what I want to do, and all the fucking stress and annoyance, and it probably sent me to an early grave, cortisol levels and all that business. You know, it just. So that's the other thing. Like you just lose a taste for the bullshit. You just lose a taste for, all right, let me sit here and get talked at by this motherfucker because he or she is my superior, my boss, my master, or whatever the fuck. Damn near 2 years and not having to deal with that shit and still not on the street homeless. I have my fucking apartment. I have food. I'm about to go to Costco and buy food, right? Like that shit, you get used, you get to liking that shit. You know, it's like, okay, you just won the Mega Trillions, and through some weird shit, no taxes got taken out. You get you kind of start to like being rich. You know, it's like you're not really trying to go back to humble beginnings, if you know what I mean. You know, so the fact that I can just walk into any place and be like, I can leave whenever the fuck I want. Like, I don't have to be here. I don't work for you. I'm not your fucking slave. I'm not your bitch to bend over a table verbally or, in the case of some of us physically. That shit is nice. Now then, that was the bad. The good side to this, and of course, you know, I'm asking a few people to weigh in at the end of this. First of all, I guess now's the best time as any. I was gonna have this as a screen cover for this video for you all to just look at, but then you might say, "Oh well, how do you know this is really yours?" You know, you could just you could have found that on online somewhere. So we're gonna do this in real time, okay? Uh, okay, you see this? There you go. We're going to click on the Uber app. Okay, there you go. Right? This is all one continuous shot, people. One continuous shot. So, okay, so there's that. All right, so we're going to go to earnings. And that's what we're at for just how many days? And of course, I did mad cash outs for just 3 days. Just 3 days. Whoops. For just 3 days. That's what I've done so far. And I only do UberX and Pool. I don't have a black car or any of that shit. But this is the more important thing. And this is what I was going to have be the screen layout. The screen whatever. Is this. This is this. You can pause it if you want. As you can see, I am actually making money with this shit. Like this shit is actually working. Like, if I really felt like it, and we can go back a little bit more to, like, shit, focus. You can see it's actually working. Okay, well, this was before. That was before I switched up my strategy, and it's all from strategic. Well, partly strategic and partly just fucking blunt brute forcing it. But yeah, you can see I'm actually making money with this shit, right? I can honestly hit over $1,000 a week if I want to now, and I can more or less, unless of course there's some bullshit like school's out and government's out or some shit, you know, or some bullshit. But normally, yeah. The best one actually, where was this? This was really good. This was during that cherry blossom bullshit. That was nice. Cherry blossom shit, plus the weather was great in DC. That was awesome. So yeah, just so you all know I'm not lying here. Real time. Okay. Now we get to the somewhat good side of this. I just listed out the bad. Now for the good. Freedom. I wanted to stop at about 3 o'clock, and I stopped at 3. I start at 7. That's when I start, because that's part of my strategy. I start at 7 a.m. in the weekdays. I wanted to stop. I didn't feel like doing it anymore. I was tired. I was burnt out. My car did not feel as crisp as when I first started because it was just going the whole damn day, pretty much. And I could. I didn't have to ask anybody. I didn't have to And this comes into some other stuff. I didn't have to ask anybody. I didn't have to tell anybody anything. It was nice. And then if I want to go on a vacation, right, I don't have to ask anybody permission. Nobody can tell me no. I don't have to tell anybody when I'm leaving. I don't have to tell anybody when I'm coming back. And when I come back, this shit is still going to be there. And my strategy is still going to be there because business is never going to dry up in DC. Okay, that's not going to happen. Sure as hell if Amazon actually does come here, as they've been sniffing around. It's nice. It is fucking nice. Just and this ties into can't go back. The last point from the negative side. That kind of freedom is not some shit you wanna. Really, it's pseudo freedom again because you don't really own it. It's not your own. I don't own Uber, so they can get rid of me whenever. But the pseudo freedom, okay? Pseudo freedom is kind of like the fake hot girl, like the hot girl with like fake tits, fake ass, or whatever. I forgot which comedian said it, but fake pretty beats real ugly any day. And you know what? Pseudo freedom, what I have right now, as opposed to real freedom, what like financially independent people living off dividends have, right? You know, multi-millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, whatever. The pseudo freedom beats the real shit of what everybody else is going through, which is the wage slave in the workplace. You know, that beats it, you know, even if it's hanging on by a thread. The next thing, taxes. I just did my taxes and it was great. According to Uber, I made a little over $40,000 last year, and according to the IRS, because I only effectively made $2,000 for the entire year, I didn't have to pay shit in taxes. The amount of fucking write-offs and legal, legitimate write-offs that I didn't even realize I could have done, but thank you, Tax Act, that I was able to write off. I paid no taxes. And this is an interesting thing, and this goes to my tax video that I had made but never uploaded. It's quite interesting how that shit works. I got my money, I got to spend my money however the hell I wanted, and then I get taxed on the rest. Now, of course, I knew that's how business works, and that's how business is. That's how the rich got richer and the poor stayed poor and all that business. But to just see it in action, it's like, oh shit. Oh shit. And of course, not trying to get too much into my business because there's another part of that tax thing that actually makes me, I'm actually due to get a refund from federal and state, but that involves somebody else, and I don't think she wants her business out here. So, I'll just leave it at that. It's nice to see how that shit works. It's like all the shit from my car that I would have had to have bought anyway, I get to write it off. My cell phone, I get to write that shit off because it's now in fact a business expense, and my cell phone bill. And I was gonna have it anyway. Like food, of course I'm not like going on fucking like not Red Lobster, like going out for lobster dinner and shit and trying to write that off. Again, legitimate expenses. That giant stack of fucking receipts that I just showed you, that was food, which I really wish was not the case. Because I spent $4,000 eating out not each day, but on food. Again, I'm going to Costco. I prefer to go to Costco and carry my food than waste it. But sometimes, you know, it's like hunger got you. You just got to stem hunger until you get home. I got to write off the interest on the car or whatever the hell. I got to write off the monthly membership car wash that I had. Oh, it was all stuff that I'm gonna get that I'm getting to enjoy anyway. I get to write all that off. That was nice. The taxes thing was nice, and the reason why it's nice because if I was to go to a regular job, like say my previous job, where I was making I think I was making, well, before I was making less than that. I was making 30 something. Taxes got taken out, and that's all. Okay, and then I didn't get that shit back thanks to the changing of the tax laws every fucking year, right? And even when I got the quote unquote raise, even though they lowered the hours, it still wasn't anything. Here, a lot less annoyance, more stress, but a lot less annoyance. I have more control of shit, and I made 40, a little over 40, and I made 40. All right, and thanks to write-offs of shit that I was gonna need to get anyway. Okay, well, 40 minus Uber's percentage or fees or whatever the hell. So 30 something, I guess, right? But you know, the point is, and then of course all of the other expenses, you know. But you get what I'm saying, and it is nice. It is nice to see how that shit works. It is nice to see that firsthand. It's quite interesting. I just need to find a way to legitimately, and this is the key word here, legitimately, like if the IRS comes knocking, if I dare IRS to try and audit me, okay? Because there's not a single thing that I listed on that tax return, federal or state, that I A, don't have receipts for, and B, can't legitimately on the fly, not having to stutter, think, like, hold on, I can instantly explain to them how that was legitimate expense to write off for my quote unquote business. So I fucking dare them, okay? I fucking dare you. Shit is right here, motherfuckers. Fucking try me, bitch. So there's that. Taxes is quite interesting how that works. I can say anything. Yes, I do not have to worry about getting fired or having to deal with HR or whatever, but I can say whatever the fuck I want here on YouTube up until YouTube decides to be a bitch. Or anywhere else. And it's like, what are you going to do? Find out where I work? I work wherever the hell I want to work. Okay, so that's nice. Learning. And this also ties into going on my resume. I explained that already. But also just learning how to fix cars. Thank you to the three that gave me the knowledge of how to, or that I learned from, gave me the knowledge of how to fix cars. That knowledge is now permanent. And I'm assuming that it more or less applies to bikes as well, because I'd like to get a bike at some point. I need to get a license for it, but I'd like to get a bike at some point. I was thinking like, man, you know what? It'd be nice to just get a brand new car, just your own car, and it's just yours. You're the first one, and just take that shit straight to the grave, and then do the same amount of maintenance. No, fuck all that. I want a bike. All right, nice huge bike. I was hoping I could build a bike, but I don't know how easy that is to do. And I don't think a V8 engine in a bike is street legal. It might be. I'm not sure. But yeah, the learning of a business, which again I already knew mainly from my grandfather when I was a kid back in Jamaica. He had all his business and he taught me stuff, but also having it here in your face, having to do, and then just the learning of how to do certain things, doing my own taxes, accounting, again, like right here, right now, the receipts are piling up for this year. Gas, food, which is already getting a little bit too big, and maintenance. Okay. Just the accounting, the learning of the accounting, or the applicable learning of it. Just applicable learning. Just the application of it, of simple basic shit, really. It's nice. It's also nice. What else we got? Efficiency. I could do a tour of my place right now. Shit is efficient. Don't really have money wasting on bullshit. If something dies on my car, like right now I have a serpentine belt that I need to put into my car. I've just been bullshitting and also waiting for the weather to warm up. So there's that. There needs to be money for repairs, which I get to write off. Yeah. But you get to be real fucking efficient. You don't want something to need replacing and you don't have the money for it because you're out there bullshitting. Plus, you get to also watch what you're spending or think about what you're spending. It's like, I can't write this off. And if you try to and the IRS comes and it's like, These hookers were, they helped save gas because, both my balls were 20 pounds because I hadn't jacked off in God knows how long. So they helped. These hoes were a gas saving device, like shit. They empty these nuts every day. They drain my balls, so the car is lighter, more. It was a gas saving investment. No, fuck me. No, no. You see, like legitimate write-offs. You legitimately look at everything as like, how can I tie this legitimately, truthfully, morally, ethically to the business so I can write this shit off and still get to enjoy it, business or not. Right. Efficiency, and then of course minimalism, which kind of ties into efficiency. Minimalism, like, efficient. I'm going to Costco to buy in bulk basic shit, and that's it. So I spend $200, but I only need to spend $200 once, really every month and a half, but I have it budgeted for a month. I have my budget for a month. It's nice. And so that's all the stuff. I mean, hell, I can make a completely different video on my strategy as to how it is that I'm able to pull in minimum $150 a day, and that's after Uber's fees out. But that's for another day, another video, because I'm going to the gym and I gotta head to Costco, and I'd like to get back and relax a little bit. But yes, the sex and blue balls, the joys and sorrows of business, as taught by Uber. The lessons that Uber teaches once you get past the fact that, it's not worth it because, oh my god, the bullshit wages and the bullshit fares and wear and tear on your car because I don't know how to fix my own car. Oh shit. The tires. I just thought about that. I got 4 new tires from eBay. Milestars. They were only $59. And I had them put in. And I completely forgot to write those shits off. Oh, motherfucker. I had... Oh, damn. I had 4 brand new fucking tires and I forgot to write them shits off. I think. Whatever. It won't get past me next time. But yeah. The good and the bad. Uber obviously, again, is something I don't want to do for the rest of my life. But I suppose the knowledge and lessons that you're learning, apart from don't deal with the drunk bitches, or people's bitches, whatever, perhaps it ultimately is worth it. Even though it's really not. Even though it kind of is because of the tax write-offs and all that shit. Even though it's not. I don't know. Your thoughts in the comment section. Yeah, because I mean, I still want to get back into the IT world, into the computer world, and then go get back to my computer nerdness, nerdification, nerdization. I don't know. But I'm not really running. I'm not really. When you make $150 a day for roughly 8 hours of work, and I mean like eight solid, like 8 actual hours, not 8 Uber hours, which is probably like 12 or so hours, real hours, but 8 real hours of work. And then on the weekends, Saturday and maybe even Sunday, Saturday especially, you make 200 to 250 or so, close to 300. Not really rushing to go back to any kind of employment, but I would like to get back into the computer world, to the tech world, where I am native, where it's the native language, the first language, and it's pretty much all I know. Like if Uber doesn't work and if IT, computers, tech doesn't work, I'm definitely fucked because computers is all I know. Like that's all I know. Um, yeah, and at 31, I'd rather not go start fresh somewhere else. I tried that, and all the people are like, "You're gonna leave computers, turn it back on computers to do that? No, 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 no. Go, no. Well, we're not gonna hire you, because that's dumb. Like, go back to computers where go back to computers. Okay, as long as India and China are here, computers is not as profitable as it used to be for the Westerners. But anyway, whatever. Your thoughts in the comment section. I am going to go to the gym and Costco and whatever the hell all else. Later.